I'm Ngozi-Executive, and here's a presentation to the executive team of the Rodin Medical Center, Lagos, Nigeria, on the application of the 4+2 model as it concerns the hospital. And we'll be looking briefly at the overview of what really works and the strategy of the current strategy of the Rodin Medical Center, and how it applies to, or how it aligns with the 4+2 model, and some of the things we could draw from there. Looking at what really works in an industry, many business analysts have had it that there are processes, there are practices that could either make a business succeed or fail. But you notice that some of these methods they prescribe, some work for some companies, some don't work for some companies. And at the end of the day, you ask yourself, so what really works? So what we're basically looking at today is what works for Rodin Medical Center. And you look at, while looking at what works for Rodin Medical Center, we look at three basic things that in order to really get the success in an organization, one, a business has to have a grasp of what the basic business is. You have to focus on the strategy, and you have to know in the mind of the business, in the mind of the managers, that there is a need to meet with the customer's expectations. We'll look briefly at what the current practice and strategy is in Rodin Medical Center. Rodin Medical Center is a limited liability company, and what they major on is providing services for the women and the children, mostly gynecological services. And the large, most of the targets they have at the moment is the target is towards the large companies and the high income earners in the society, although recently Rodin is shifting towards accommodating the low income earners in the society. This is a brief overview of what the 4+2 model is. A research by Noria and his co-researchers in 2003, they came up with the idea that not one particular thing works for every industry, because every company is unique in its special practice. And looking at Rodin, it is a unique industry on its own. So they came up with an idea that for every business, irrespective of what the business is all about, the management should look at what the strategy is, what the execution process is, what the structure is, and what the culture of the organization is. These four practices, they mentioned it as the primary management practices, and they also suggested that two other secondary management practices should be added to this to make a company boost well. Those other secondary practices include the talent, innovation, leadership, merger, and partnership. Two of these merged with the primary ones help to boost the company. And then aligning, we look at how the Rodin Medical strategy at the moment can align with what the 4+2 model suggests. Looking at the strategy of Rodin Medical Center, here it focuses on the large income earners in society and the medium income earners in society, and also communicates this message to the employers, the customers, and the shareholders. They're all aware of that. Then the execution in Rodin Medical Center, the operation is, in most cases, is flawless, although in the area of providing most of the sought-after medications and vaccines, Rodin has to step up in that area of execution. Then the culture of Rodin Medical Center involves such that it promotes a healthy working environment for every employee, and then the structure is very flexible, and it makes it easier for everyone to partake in decision making in the company. Now, the two extra practices, those are the secondary practices that Rodin do well in, is in talent and leadership. Rodin has a way of holding on to their talented employees, especially the gynecologists and the pediatricians. And then in leadership of Rodin is such that it connects through all the employees and make the executive team do same. Some issues might be encountered with the application of this 4+2 model in Rodin Medical Center. Take, for instance, Rodin has its major targets towards the large companies and towards the high income earners in society, but recently they have shifted to accommodating the low income earners in the society. Now, the issues here might be, how do we draw a line, considering what 4+2 model suggested? How do we draw a line between shifting to accommodate, shifting our strategy to boost our productivity based on market demand, and getting distracted from what the focus of the strategy is? So, in conclusion, we ask ourselves, is this 4+2 model going to be useful for Rodin Medical Center in the future to boost our strategy? Yes. Looking at what the 4+2 model provides. It provides clarity, it provides certainty for a business, it provides a solid direction for a business to move. It helps a business get focused. Rodin, in this instance, it helps Rodin focus on what is necessary for it to succeed and discard what is not necessary. And it also emphasizes flawlessness in operations, which Rodin has to work on. So this 4+2 model will do Rodin a lot better in the future in boosting the business strategy. Thank you.